The other one I want to do was Cam here saying, the vibes are so different this year. It's incredible how much the team is healthy and when he's not dealing with cancer.
Yep.
I agree. We talked about it a little bit when I showed those pictures last time, but like, it just feels like the energy is so different. There's so much more cohesive and everybody wants to be there and there's no doubt. It's like, it feels like they're kind of developing that family atmosphere. Is that how you feel?
Man, it does feel that way. It feels back to the year before Travis and Shador's last year there at Colorado, right? So 2 off seasons ago. It feels like that. Again, an image that is going to stick in my head is, when they're sitting there, Boo Carter, and I keep saying this, and Boo Carter's just struggling with the altitude going, he's sitting there like, come on, Boo, come on, and just cheering him on instead of just like letting him be. You know what I mean? There's nothing more important than your peers doing that, because that altitude thing is real. At our, where I coach at, we have a conditioning, weightlifting and conditioning class. We have a kid that came in that just moved to the, the area we're at from Georgia, and we're going through some agility drills. Man, he's like, I'm like, that's what I said. It's the altitude, man. It is the altitude.
Totally.
You may think you have acclimated yet, but you have not. It is, the altitude's a real thing here. It is brutal.
Yeah. And I just feel like there's so much, at least from what I've seen, and we're going to get into it a little bit throughout the Ralphie report, but I just feel like there's more leadership. Like, I feel like last year there was this big question of like, who's going to take over after, Shador and Travis left and some of the senior leadership that was on the team. And it feels like there's a lot of guys now that are just like, I'm taking reins, I'm taking control, and I'm going to be a leader in my room, even if, I'm not like the starter. So that's so cool to see. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's jump into the Ralphie report. Go for it, Miles.
I was gonna say first things first. I always do that. I'm so bad. First ones first. Yeah. Let's get some exciting news going, Manny. 10 days until Colorado spring practices start up. How are we feeling heading into spring practice?
Yep, Julian Lewis days, Juju days until the start of Colorado spring practices. Man, I cannot wait. I am like trying to figure it out. Like, man, I want to go. I cannot wait. Like, last week I was hyped. I'm hyped, just ready for football season in general. And it is February. It's snow today, right? Like, we're talking, it's cold. But man, I cannot wait for football season to start. Spring practice. Man, I can't wait to actually be covering football again.
Yeah, you're telling me. And honestly, so there was kind of a little bit of a thing that happened with me today when I realized that. Shout out to my guy, Ben's Been Dead. Mm-hmm. Great. That's one of my favorite musical artists. I know him personally, so go check him out if you haven't online. But it's one of those things where I get so excited because I'm like, it's coming right around the corner. But then I know that there's that huge gap that happens between end of spring ball to the beginning of fall camp. So I'm like, I'm trying to cherish it a little bit because I like don't want it to go too fast. And then boom, we're into that big part of the off season where literally nothing happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It really is though. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But yeah, let's jump into this. So there was I did see this spring ball draft, right?
Yeah, let me
pull that up.
My screen here.
Yeah, you guys got to check this out.
So I don't know if we can play the sound from it, but let's talk about this. I want to talk about this from a granular level, like a bigger picture level, and then I want to talk about the specifics of it if people haven't watched yet. For those of you who don't know, Coach Prime elected to do a draft for the spring game. So like typically, I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong. Typically it's like you try to figure out who your starters are. That's one team. And then your second string is close to your second team. And you just kind of go for it as if it's a practice. Yep. But no, they are drafting it and they put on some guys that they thought would be leaders. Ben Finiseth on one side and Brady Kopetz on the other. And they went position group by position group and drafted. And Keneal Sweetwine, your guy, recent 2026 Colorado QB commit, was the number 1 pick.
Huh. Love that. I mean, because go offense, they're going to run it and, I love it. They're not going to be in shape, not going to be able to keep up with them, but I absolutely love that.
I think the part about it that excited me the most, and I saw it a little bit with some of the position group stuff, but like, I think the obvious that everybody was expecting was Juju's going to be number 1, right? Yeah. And there's Brady Kopetz first off the bat being like, screw your expected, your outcome. Like, I'm taking the freshman. And that's the part of the team atmosphere of this that makes me so excited. Because, like, that's a guy that's not afraid to just, like, how that must have made Keneal Sweetwine feel?
Yep.
Like, that must have been, like, so empowering and made him feel so good.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I see that I'm, like, so excited about.
Yeah, I love you guys know how I feel about sweet wine and what that's gonna look like in the go-go, but that is, man, that's such a big, just the camaraderie that's there, right? The team, and again, this team actually looks like they care, love one another. It's just different. It's just different.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's I highly recommend going to watch the well off videos. There was a couple of interesting ones. I'm pretty sure Bryce Hicks got picked either number 1 in the running back room or like pretty high up there. And then Yaya was the number 1 offensive guard that was taken. Bo Hughley was the number 1 offensive tackle taken. Again, don't take stock in it from the perspective of like, oh, this actually means anything. I think it's just them for the sake of like, who's a good guy that they would want to have on their team and that type of stuff. So I think it's really exciting to see how much they're coming together.
Yep. And big news, right? Spring game moved to April 11th. Man, I'm excited for that. I cannot wait for the spring game. I get so excited for the spring game because football's here, right? But then I'm kind of like, man, I got so excited for this, right? Because the spring game, right? Glorified practice, right?
Yeah, the spring game is like notoriously, I don't want to call it a flop, but like every time I've been, it's like, okay, yeah, this is like what a spring practice looks like. They're not going that hard because they don't want to get injured this early on. They're not trying to really hit each other because it's like, why would you do that at this point in the season? I think I'm excited for it. I love me some spring game. I also saw today, for those of you who haven't seen, this is going to be free. This is like, it's a completely free game. You claim your tickets. I think they come available in early March. So if you're in the area or if you need a quick vacation to do into Colorado, come to the spring game. Fun little thing. We'll do a little meetup or something. I don't know.
Yep. That'd be great. Have a little tailgate. That would be fantastic.
Totally. Awesome.
Yeah. Top 10 Colorado 2028 recruits. Those came out. I don't know if came out's the right word, but the ones that were just kind of a ranking update. I can't remember. This is Nick. So
this is a prep red zone. There's not a whole lot in terms of 2028 Colorado kids.
I think there's our guy. Where was he at? I saw him a minute ago. Where is our guy?
Hey, we got our first super chat.
There you go.
Shout out our guy. Ben's been dead. Thank you.
There you go. Skull Buffs. Appreciate that, Ben.
That's our first super chat. So thank you, Ben.
Yes, thank you.